We finished the previous issue with last minute news that Ash Bradbury had taken the famous Annie from the manor in Essex. We promised you video footage, and true to our word, Joe caught up with Ash and got the lowdown on one almighty catch.
Well, I hadn't been down the manor for about 3.5 months. I was eager to get down because I'd seen a good bit of weather coming in for the Saturday, a nice southerly, and I knew kind of in spring where I needed to be, if you like. But a couple of days before I was actually due to go down, the weather changed again. Anyway, I got down about 10 o'clock Friday night, you know, with the anticipation of the southerly coming in, wanting to be in a certain area. I got down to this area, a swim called Mum's, started plumbing about a little bit just to see if I could find any areas where they'd been frequenting, you know, feeding. And it was all chodded up, it was all weeded up, and I just didn't get a feel for it. Saturday night, Friday night, I only put a few baits in, you know, just to get a feel for what's going on again and see what's happening. And Saturday night, I was sat there, you know, another nearly 24 hours later, I was sitting there reading an article, and I just thought, big fish, big bed of bait, I'll try it, you know, I've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. It was, you know, the wind was swinging around, and I just thought I'm going to give her a bit of food, and I used our new Pro Fish, a couple of kilos, and about 2:45, just before I was packing up Sunday afternoon in the most horrendous weather, like, you know, that spring could throw at you, really. It sort of rattled off, you know, more of a slow, juttery take, as she's almost known for, if you like. The fight was, at the start, was fairly uneventful, you know, she come straight in, I literally wound her in, and you know when you hook a big fish, you know, it just kind of does nothing, and it come up, and I was just like, oh, that's, you know, that had to be her or one of the big uns, you know, one of the real big uns. Then she powered off, she woke up a little bit, powered off. I was back winding furiously, thinking, oh no, please don't do me in the reeds. But eventually I got her back in front. She popped up on the surface, and I saw the 4-drop scales of her, and I just thought, that's her, I've got my prize, you know. I tried to stay as cool as you can, you know. Alex, who was with us, we all went very quiet. All of a sudden we knew what we were dealing with, you know, and a bit of twisting and turning, and eventually she popped up and straight over the net, you know, and in she went, and let out a bit of emotion, and 58 pound on the scale she went. But I mean, the weight was really irrelevant. I went on there to catch that fish, and you know, that was my target. So
excellent. You talk a little bit about the rig you were using? It
was a little choddy, actually. I've you know, played about with choddies on there over the last couple of years without really a lot of success, and I'd actually rolled some fluoro white pineapple and banana corkball pop-ups for someone asked me to do them, and I rolled a few extra for myself, and just thought, you know, over the manor in the spring, a little fluoro white or fluoro yellow pop-up is the key, you know, over a few, you know, baits, and just seems to, you know, produce the goods more often than not, and once again it kind of did the job, you know.
Right, so it's actually a different bait to what you're actually fishing over.
It's more of a visual thing, right. You know, I've got my bait that I've been baiting up with, if you like, you know, that they're used to feeding on, but that's something visual to make them pick out that particular bait.
Excellent. So I mean, what, you've been fishing the manor for what, 3 years now? 3 seasons?
Yeah, it was coming to the end of my 3rd season, so I was fortunate enough to get down there and nick her before I had to renew my ticket. Well, I mean, everyone seems to think there's about 120 fish in there. I'd say it's probably over 100 now, you know, about 100, and that was my 75th capture out there.
So you had what other ones?
A fish called Trio at 44.
Nice.
George's fish, which sprung up last year, or about a year ago, 18 months ago, and I had that at 41.
That's a cracker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. That's a growing fish. Several 39s, and those fish are just, you know, they're growing and going to be 40s, and a couple of them are already 40 pound now, you know. So.
Come on, I mean, you're being a bit modest here. How many 30s did you have out of there?
I think it was over 30s in the end, 33 or 34 30s.
Excellent. That's some angling, mate.
Well pleased with it. You know, for 120 nights, it's a nice return on your angling, isn't it? So
excellent. Well done, mate, and best of luck for your angling this year.
Cheers.
Keep us posted.
Will do.